This is the Remarkable Climate Leaders podcast. In every region, in every town of Europe, there is a climate leader paving the way for climate transition. You might not have heard of them yet. And what is a climate leader anyway? Let's meet one and find out. Today, our guest is Xénia Vall, an unstoppable force from a small mid-mountain municipality in France. How so? Xénia wears not just one, but two hats in her mission to foster the ecological transition in her community. She is an elected representative in the municipality and the director of an associative structure. Get ready to be inspired. Bonjour, Xénia.
Hello, Sabina.
Verteco is an ambitious local initiative. Tell us, please, how it started, what area it is active in, and what is your role there?
Verteco is a non-profit organization that was created 5 years ago in the Verteco, near Grenoble, in the French Pre-Alps. It covers 5 villages and a small city and has like 11,000 people. So it's a small area in the mountains. Verteco, it means in French green and company, but it is also a word play because people from Vercors, we call them Verteco. So Verteco, Verteco for the fun. So you know what it means now. We promote transition, as you said, in the Vercors by helping local people to change their habits in order to reduce our impact on the climate change and the biodiversity loss. We also try to push local politics towards a better awareness of the need to change our way of life. My role in this organization is that I was one of those who created it, and I was the president, that's what we say here, of it for 4 years.
You and your co-presidents, but also the other people that are in the organization, are you employees or are you doing this on a voluntary basis?
This is a voluntary base. We had, because we don't now, but we will have again next year, I hope, some employees.
And where does the money come from? What are your sources of funding?
It depends. We had some money from Europe. We had some money from ADEME. It's a French organization for energy and ecology. We have some money, but not that much from the local community. We also sell some work for the local community, and sometimes we have money for that. Some people that do this are volunteers, so the money goes for the organization, but we're still looking for money and still don't have enough. So, I think everybody is like this.
What sort of activities do you organize with Verteco?
For example, now we have projects about gardens that people learn to gardening and permaculture. And it's also a social place where people can meet and exchange and not be alone for some that need some company. We have also projects about compost. We are developing compost solutions and education about compost here. We organize conferences, workshops, sometimes like zero waste workshop, like do your own shampoo, things like that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and this is very nice. We also have work on a program for schools for mobility for schools to use less the car for everybody, for parents, for children to go to school with parents, for teachers, for everything. That is around that. We also have things about water. Some people are interested in it, and last year organized a day about water and how precious it is, and with games for kids to play with water and physics. So every year we have different things.
Yeah, that's great. Kids are growing up, learning from the start how to be more green in their actions. But I also know that you joined your municipality council. What is your role there? Why did you do that?
I live in one of those small villages talking about that is called Saint-Lizier du Moucherotte. Just try to pronounce it when you're not French. But it's a very nice small village. We are 100,000 people here. And I joined the municipality because the mayor asked me for that, and it was a great opportunity for me for what I wanted to do. And we always criticize politicians, say what they should do, what they should not do, but this is not fair. And the best way for me was to join the city council, to learn how it works from the inside, and to be able to help with the questions of transition and climate change and other things that I like creating communities in the village.
So you did this to influence from both sides the ecological transition.
Exactly. We are some people like this in our territory, the 5 villages and the small city I talked at the beginning about. And we have also a community of cities that works on ecology, and we work together also on the scale of our small territory.
Do you have activities often with the other cities?
Yes, we for example the transition commission that we have, it meets every month, and we have projects together. That's very interesting about mobility, especially, and the energy and kind of things like that a small city cannot do alone. So we just gather and have the opportunity to have better projects.
How do the citizens receive these initiatives? Are they eager to participate? Are they themselves helping to make a change?
Yeah, we have very good citizens here for that. We have here old families that were living here for years and years, and we have also new population coming for 10 years, I would say, from the cities, and this population is now people with families, with kids, and they come here because of nature, because it's quiet, because it's a beautiful place. And on the last elections, they vote green. Not everybody, but in our village, most of people vote for green, for ecology. And this is quite different from the old people from here. You know, people from mountains 50 years ago, that was not that easy living in mountains. They had to find their new economy, and tourism was a very good thing. So they built the touristic economy, and that was very, very good for their living. So that was a new thing. And we come like new people from the city and say, oh, no, you don't do that. It's not good. It doesn't work. We have to work all together because we all live here. But these new people, they are really interested by ecology, living with nature, respecting everything, and that's good, really good.
Tell me, what is the biggest challenge that you encounter in making your municipality go towards the ecological transition?
If you want to do something about that, you have to touch people into their, I would say, into their heart, because it's really that, into their emotions, and to make them aware of what's happening. The problem is not that people are bad, or that's not that. They're just not aware. The challenge is really to make them open the eyes that the change is happening here.
Tell me about the actions that you are involved in your community when it comes to circular economy.
We have markets, Christmas markets in our villages that were very small and very cute. And in Verteco, we collect toys from the families, toys that they don't need anymore. We clean them and we sell them for 1, 2, 5 euros on these Christmas markets. This is not to earn money. It's just to show people that you can also buy secondhand gifts to your kids. and then that you can also give to someone else those you don't need anymore because your kids are older, because they don't play with it. This is an education action. And we do it every year. And people in the villages, they're waiting for that. This is one example, yeah. Another thing that it's important for me in the circular economy, it's the transmission of knowledge. It's for me, it's the same subject. Most of us, we come from bigger cities, from Grenoble, from Lyon, from Paris. Many of us, we don't know how to do gardening. We don't know the mushrooms in our forests. We don't know how to craft wood, to make jam, and all those things that people used to do in the countryside before. So we also share the know-how. We do it in Verteco, and we do it also in the village through the WhatsApp groups. So when you know how to do things by yourself, or you can repair them, you don't need to buy new ones or industrial food, for example. So you use less CO2 and it's less pollution.
Thank you. I have one last question for you, something that we ask to all of our guests here at the podcast. What does being a climate leader mean to you?
For me, a climate leader is not a leader, especially when you like holacracy model. It's much better someone who is something like a mountain guide, someone that can show you on the way, on the path, things you cannot see if you don't know them. Like if you don't know the mushrooms, you cannot see them. If you don't know the birds, that's everything like that. So just to make you aware of what's happening around you, and to learn to love it and to protect it. So that's why the mountain guide is something I like. And it's important. It has to be someone that is also happy in his life, because it's very difficult to share and to give energy if you don't feel good by yourself. So first, take care about yourself to be able to help the others. That's the best way to do.
Thank you, Xénia, for sharing your story for the Remarkable Climate Leaders podcast.
You're welcome.
From this episode, we learned a climate leader is the guide that shows the way, who's at the service of the community, as there's no guide if there's no group. As people are by nature reluctant to change, we know now there are two ways of doing it: proving them that it works and moving them emotionally. What do you think a climate leader is? Who, where? Discover the stories of your region on climateleaders.eu and on your favorite podcast app.